Have you ever wondered what happens to a community after it becomes the place everyone wants to live? What the Woodlands, Texas side effect actually looks like day to day? On paper, the Woodlands looks perfect. Beautiful neighborhoods, nature everywhere, great amenities, and a strong sense of community. But when you look a little closer, you start to see the trades off that comes with that success. More demand, tighter inventory, and fewer easy deals for buyers. In this video, you're gonna see the real story behind their reputation, what's still amazing, what has gotten hotter, and how that impacts anyone moving to the Woodlands, Texas in 2026. By the end, you will know whether this community truly fits your lifestyle, your budget, and the future you're planning for your family. Hi, I'm Cristobal with Agape Real Estate Group. My family and I live right here in the Woodlands. I'm a real estate investor and a real estate agent, so I look at homes very differently. And on this channel, I tell you what most people don't know about real estate in North Houston. My mission is faith-driven, to serve every client with empathy, integrity, and genuine care. You know, I work a lot with families and professional couples thinking about moving to North Houston. Many of them coming from other states, making a big decision about where to build their future, and this is what I notice. Everyone wants to talk about the Woodlands because it keeps showing up on those best places to live list. And it's earned that reputation. But there's the thing nobody talks about it, the side effect of living in the Woodlands, Texas. And that's actually what I want to walk you through today. Because yes, should you move to the Woodlands? It's still an incredible community, but it's not simple anymore. It's evolved. Success creates pressure. And if you are thinking about moving to the Woodlands, Texas, you need to understand what pressure actually means for you and your family. Let me be straight with you. The Woodlands, Texas is a masterpiece. When it started decades ago, it was a vision, a planned community designed with intention. Parks everywhere, tree-lined streets, good amenities, a sense of community. That was not an accident. It was a design, and it worked. People wanted in. But here's what happened as a result of that success. Demand never stopped. Year after year, more people moved here, and more homes sold. More traffic followed, more density, more expectations. What started as a quiet, exclusive enclave became the place everyone wanted to move to. And that's what actually created this fascinating dynamic. The Woodlands, Texas lifestyle is still high quality. That hasn't changed. But getting access to that lifestyle now requires a different level of intentionality than it did 10 or 5 years ago. Prices have evolved. Market dynamics have shifted. That easy move, buy anywhere, hold it forever, watch it appreciate, doesn't exist anymore. You have to be strategic. As of February of 2026, here's what the market looks like. The median home price in the Woodlands sits around $565,000 to $614,000. That's up slightly year over year by about 5.7%, but the pace of appreciation has definitely cooled compared to 2021-2023. Homes are taking an average of 42 to 85 days to sell. That might not sound like much, but it means you actually have time to decide. You are not in a bidding war anymore. We have inventory now. We have about 532 active listings this month. That's healthy. That's a choice. 2 years ago, people were offering 20% over asking, waiving inspections. That's not happening anymore. If the Woodlands, Texas homes for sale are listed correctly, they move and they sell. If they are overpriced, they sit. The market is honest and brutal right now. What this actually means for you, As a buyer, you have leverage that you didn't have before. If you are an investor, you need to think about cash flow and location differently and your exit before you buy. The days of buy anywhere in the woodlands and make money are mostly gone. You need to be smart. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, traffic. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. During rush hours, the woodlands gets congested. Research Forest heading towards Conroe is heavy. I-45 towards Conroe, especially the feeder during those evening rush hour, it's ugly. It's busy. Woodlands Parkway gets backed up. Gosling Road, Quickendall Road. You sit in traffic, but there's what's important to understand. The Woodlands doesn't ignore this. They actively managed it. The community extends left turn lanes, adjusts intersections, upgrades infrastructure before the situation gets critical. It's ongoing, not reactive. Like 5 years later, that matters. So yes, the Woodlands, Texas side effect includes accepting that you're in a place with good infrastructure that's been constantly improved, but also a place with real demand and traffic. You have to decide if that trade-off works for your lifestyle. For families where one person works in Conroe and one works in Houston, you need to think about that commute because it's going to be brutal. Let me tell you what's happening on the luxury side because it's telling you something about the Woodlands future. The Ritz-Carlton Residences in the Woodlands. It's a 111-unit lakefront development designed by Robert Stearns Architects. We are talking about 8.6 acres with 1,200 feet of private shoreline on Lake Woodlands. Unit pricing ranges between 2 million up to 6 million plus. Each residence has its own unique design. There's a Michelin-starred restaurant on site, a private boathouse, valet service, each genuinely the first Ritz-Carlton branded standalone residences in Texas. Carlton Woods and Carlton Woods Creekside still have some custom lot opportunities for people that want to build something truly unique. East Shore has very few new construction, but there's the honest part. The Woodlands, Texas homes for sale on the new built luxury side are becoming more selective, not widespread. Most lots are gone. Most neighborhoods are mature. That means if you want to look for new construction in the Woodlands, you are either looking at a specific community or you're considering resale. One thing that impresses me about the Woodlands is that it reinvests in itself. It's not common. You see a lot of communities that were great 20 years ago and they're not the same anymore. The Woodlands doesn't do that. Grogan's Mill went through a $16 million renovation with an amazing library and community center. Parks and amenities are getting upgraded as well. Playgrounds, you name it. The old main library building has been demolished and a new development is coming. New grocery anchor stores are coming into different retail areas. The community actively thinks about staying vibrant. That takes resources and intention. It signals confidence and long-term value. I work with buyers relocating from different parts of Texas, from out of state, and here's what I consistently see. The Woodlands tends to appeal to people who value long-term planning over short-term moves. It attracts buyers who prioritize established infrastructure, well-maintained public spaces, access to parks and trails, and proximity to major employment corridors along I-45 in the North Houston area. Many of my clients are professional evaluating commute patterns, resale stability, and overall quality of life before making a decision. Other investors focus on long-term consistency rather than speculation. If you are someone who approaches real estate as a strategic decision, weighting locations and market cycles and long-term value, the Woodlands is worth serious consideration. The Woodlands tends to attract buyers looking for long-term stability and established infrastructure. If your priority is entry-level pricing or ultra short-term appreciation, there may be other North Houston areas worth exploring. When people ask about cost of living in the Woodlands, Texas, they usually mean home prices. But it's more than that. You don't have HOA fees in the majority of the neighborhoods. You got property taxes that are competitive but real. We got insurance cost. We got infrastructure supporting this level of community quality. Is it expensive? Maybe yes. Is it worth it? That depends on what you value. For buyers prioritizing strong community planning, maintained building spaces, and long-term neighborhood stability, absolutely is worth it. For someone just trying to minimize housing costs, probably not. If you are seriously thinking about moving to the Woodlands, Texas, or exploring whether the Woodlands actually fits your family needs and lifestyle, and especially if you're coming from out of state and navigating this market for the first time, I want to help you think clearly about it. I work with buyers relocating from across Texas and out of state executives, entrepreneurs, first time home buyers, and seasoned investors, all trying to understand whether this community fits their goals. I understand the relocation process. I understand the market dynamics. I can walk you through this with clarity and honesty, not hype. So make sure to reach out to me. Let's talk about whether now is the right time for you and what makes sense given your specific situation. My contact information is in the video description section. Here's what I want you to understand about the Woodlands in 2026. It is still exceptional. The lifestyle is real. The community is thoughtfully managed. The long-term outlook is solid, but it's also mature. It's competitive. It requires a strategy. Gone are the days of buying anywhere and hoping to get your offer accepted. You need to understand neighborhoods. You need to know pricing strategies. You need to think about resale carefully. You need to decide if the commute works. You need to consider whether the price point delivers the lifestyle you actually want. That's not negative. That's maturity. That's a market that's evolved from speculative to substantive. At Agape Real Estate Group, our mission is simple: real estate rooted in trust, built on faith. We use technology, local expertise, and personal care to create clarity and peace of mind for every client. Because for us, it's never about buying a house, it's about helping you find a home and a lifestyle that truly fits you. If you are planning a move to North Houston, whether it's Woodlands, Conroe, Magnolia, Tomball, or Spring, or if you are simply evaluating your options, I would be honored to help you take care of the next steps with clarity and confidence. You will find my contact information in the description below. You can schedule a consultation and we can walk through the real market dynamics, pricing, strategy, commute patterns, neighborhood differences, and timing so you can make a decision backed on data, not emotion. The Woodlands continues to rank among the top master plan communities in the country. But in a mature market, how you buy and where you buy matters more than ever. At Agape Real Estate Group, we believe real estate is a stewardship. In 1 Peter 4:10, we are reminded to use whatever gifts we have been given to serve others faithfully. For me, this profession is one of those gifts that gives an opportunity to guide people with integrity, clarity, and care as they make one of the most important financial decisions of their lives. If you're planning to plan your move intentionally, let's talk. Thanks for watching. Nos vemos en el próximo video, and may your next move be guided by wisdom, confidence, and peace.